Have you ever experienced a moment where everything around you feels strangely familiar, as though you've lived it before? You may be standing in a new place, talking to someone for the first time, or even engaging in an activity you've never done, yet there's a sense that it has all occurred before. This unsettling feeling, often accompanied by a deep sense of familiarity, is known as déjà vu. Déjà vu is a phenomenon that has fascinated psychologists, philosophers, and spiritual thinkers alike. It's an experience that seems to defy logic and understanding, offering a glimpse into the mysterious workings of the mind, the nature of time, and perhaps even the structure of reality itself. What is déjà vu really? Why do we experience it? And what does it reveal about the deeper aspects of our existence? To explore this, we need to approach déjà vu from multiple angles: psychological, philosophical, and spiritual. Each perspective offers a unique lens through which we can understand this mysterious experience, and together, they weave a more complete picture of what déjà vu might mean. The psychological perspective, memory, and the mind's intricacies. From a psychological standpoint, déjà vu is often explained as a memory glitch. It occurs when the brain processes a new experience as if it were a memory, triggering the sensation that we've encountered this situation before. This could be a result of a delay in the brain's processing system, where information from the present moment is processed slightly out of sync, creating a feeling of familiarity. Essentially, our brain mistakes the present for the past. But while this explanation is plausible, it doesn't fully capture the depth of the experience. After all, déjà vu is not merely a fleeting feeling of familiarity. It often carries with it a sense of significance, as though it holds a deeper meaning. Why then does it feel so profound? Why does it often occur at moments when we least expect it? And why does it sometimes leave us with a sense of wonder or unease? Some psychologists have proposed that déjà vu could be linked to the brain's ability to recognize patterns. Our brains are constantly processing vast amounts of information, and sometimes it's able to pick up on patterns that we're not consciously aware of. These patterns, when recognized, can trigger a sense of familiarity, even if the situation is new. This might explain why we sometimes feel like we've experienced something before, even when we know it's the first time. Yet the psychological explanation doesn't fully account for the emotional and existential weight that déjà vu can carry. The feeling of déjà vu is often more than just a recognition of a pattern. It's a deep, sometimes unsettling sense of familiarity that can leave us questioning the very nature of time and memory. Moving beyond the psychological explanation, we can explore déjà vu from a spiritual perspective. Many spiritual traditions, especially those rooted in the idea of reincarnation, suggest that déjà vu may be a glimpse into past lives. In this view, the feeling of familiarity that accompanies déjà vu is not the result of a memory glitch or pattern recognition, but rather a flash of memory from a previous incarnation. This idea is grounded in the belief that the soul is eternal, and that it carries with it the experiences of past lives. When we experience déjà vu, we may be tapping into these past memories, momentarily reconnecting with the essence of who we once were. It's as if the soul is reminding us of something important, a lesson or experience that we have carried forward from a previous life. This perspective offers a profound and comforting explanation for déjà vu. It suggests that our lives are not isolated events, but part of an ongoing journey. Each life we live, each experience we have, is connected to a larger spiritual story that unfolds across time. Déjà vu, in this sense, is a reminder that we are not merely products of our current circumstances, but part of a much larger cosmic process. For those who embrace this view, déjà vu is not just a curious phenomenon, but a spiritual signpost, guiding us on our path. It's as if the universe is giving us a glimpse into the deeper, hidden aspects of our existence, urging us to remember the wisdom and experiences of our past. In addition to the psychological and spiritual perspectives, déjà vu also raises profound philosophical questions about the nature of time, memory, and reality itself. If we consider time not as a linear progression of events, but as something more fluid and interconnected, déjà vu takes on a different meaning. The philosopher Henry Bergson, for instance, proposed that time is not a mechanical measurement, but a fluid and dynamic experience. He suggested that our perception of time is shaped by our consciousness, and that time itself is not something external to us, but something we live and experience. In this view, déjà vu might be seen as a brief moment when we tap into a deeper, more fluid experience of time, when the boundaries between past, present, and future momentarily dissolve. This idea challenges our conventional understanding of time as a straight line, with distinct moments separated by clear boundaries. Instead, it invites us to think of time as something more complex, more interconnected, and more mysterious. Déjà vu, in this context, is not just a glitch in memory, but a glimpse into the deeper structure of time itself. Furthermore, the feeling of déjà vu raises questions about the nature of memory. What is memory, really? Is it simply a record of past events, or is it something more dynamic, more fluid? Some philosophers, like William James, have suggested that memory is not a static repository of past experiences, but a living, evolving process that shapes our present reality. In this view, déjà vu might be seen as a moment when the past and present intersect, when the boundaries between memory and experience blur. This philosophical perspective invites us to reconsider our assumptions about time, memory, and reality. It challenges us to think more deeply about the nature of our existence and the ways in which our minds shape our perception of the world. We can consider déjà vu from a mystical perspective. Many mystical traditions, particularly those influenced by Eastern philosophies, suggest that time and space are not as we perceive them. Instead, they are illusions, temporary constructs that veil the true nature of reality. In these traditions, the experience of déjà vu is seen as a momentary glimpse behind the veil, a brief connection to the eternal and infinite aspects of existence. In this view, déjà vu is not just a personal experience, but a universal one. It is a reminder that we are all connected to something far greater than ourselves, something eternal and unchanging. It's as if for a brief moment, we are allowed to step outside of the confines of time and space, to experience the world as it truly is, a vast interconnected web of energy and consciousness. This mystical perspective aligns with the idea that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a larger cosmic whole. Déjà vu, in this sense, is a reminder of our deeper spiritual nature, urging us to reconnect with the infinite and eternal aspects of our being. It's a call to remember that we are not merely products of our past experiences, but expressions of a greater, timeless truth. So, what can we take away from all of this? What is the significance of déjà vu, both on a personal and universal level? Perhaps the most important lesson is this. Déjà vu is a reminder that reality is far more complex and mysterious than we can imagine. It invites us to question our assumptions, to explore the deeper layers of existence, and to embrace the unknown. In a world that often feels predictable and mundane, déjà vu offers us a glimpse into something far greater, something eternal, something infinite. It reminds us that there is more to life than meets the eye, that there are mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and that the journey of discovery is far from over. When we experience déjà vu, we are reminded that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, a vast interconnected web of time, memory, and existence. It's a reminder that there is more to life than we can see, and that the mysteries of the universe are not as far out of reach as we might think. To conclude this exploration of déjà vu, let us step back and embrace the mystery for what it truly is, a moment of profound significance that reminds us of the vastness of existence and the interconnectedness of all things. Déjà vu, in its fleeting nature, whispers to us that life is not a straight line but a complex web of experiences, memories, and possibilities. It reminds us that the boundaries between past, present, and future are more porous than we imagine, and that the essence of who we are transcends the limitations of time and space. Perhaps déjà vu is not meant to be solved but savored, a brief glimpse into the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. It calls us to pause, to reflect, and to open ourselves to the wonder of existence. It challenges us to embrace the unknown with curiosity and humility, for in the act of questioning, we grow closer to understanding ourselves and the world around us. And so, the next time you feel the stirrings of déjà vu, resist the urge to dismiss it as a mere quirk of the mind. Instead, lean into it. Allow it to awaken within you a sense of awe and reverence for the mysteries of life. Let it remind you that there is more to this existence than what meets the eye, that there are layers of reality waiting to be uncovered, and that your journey, like the phenomenon of déjà vu itself, is both deeply personal and profoundly universal. In the end, déjà vu may be less about finding answers, and more about learning to live with the questions. It invites us to see life not as a puzzle to be solved, but as a masterpiece to be experienced. And in that experience, we may find not just fleeting familiarity, but a deeper connection to the infinite, to the timeless truth that binds us all.